Welcome back to the pregame before Van Meter. It's the Marcy Willier with Urban Acres Real Estate head coach interview with Coach Pedersen. Coach Pedersen, what a wonderfully great and just hard-fought battle in a monsoon last Friday night. A team, WestBranch hadn't been down in many games, but they were clawed back and got a hard-fought victory.
Yeah, they really did. We were down 11 points in the fourth quarter, and it didn't look very promising at the point. But one thing I think with this team is you have to understand that they don't give up. They work hard, and boy, they did that again that night. And they came back, and what a tremendous – that's probably one of the best high school football games, comebacks in the West Branch history. There's no question about it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. When you put all of it that's together, you're talking about a playoff. The life of a football team for a year is on the line. There's no tomorrow. You got to come back. And when the chips were down, they picked them up and took them home. And moving on to Van Meter this Friday at the Unidome. One of your favorite places to have a football game, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
This will actually be the 24th game that you've coached that West Branch has been up there. A lot of teams don't get one, but 24 times they've been up there. What a wonderful accomplishment for this team to add on to that.
Well, there's no question about it. They richly deserve to be playing in the Dome, and they're one of the top 4 teams in the state. And one thing I think sometimes people overlook is we're the smallest 1A team in the state of Iowa, and we're in the Final Four. And we don't have 70, 80 kids. We got 50, and they work hard, and they're coming out of the bean fields and the cornfields, and they're getting ready to play West Branch Bear football, and I really like that.
If you were to look at, before we get into Van Meter, looking at the 4 teams that remain, what is the one thing that West Branch possesses, or one quality, one thing that they do that nobody else is either going to know or they won't see it?
I think most, at this stage of the season, most everybody's going to pretty much have an idea what the other team is going to do. I think to go into a game like this and try to start changing and make big changes is a mistake. I think you have to dance with the people who brought you to the dance, and I think that's what we're going to do. Now, there might be some wrinkles, and in fact there will be, but as far as making vast changes, that's not a good idea at this point.
Van Meter, a team that West Branch has played one other time in the 2018 quarterfinals, didn't come out on top that year. But this is a Van Meter team that might be in the midst of maybe one of the better runs in Iowa high school football history. They're a team, when you look at them, Coach Pedersen, I think they're very fundamentally sound. So you're going to have, the Bears will have to be at their very best, I think, to beat this football team.
There's no question about it. They're a great football team. I think they haven't had anybody score a point on them, in 5 or 6 games?
4 games, and 6 of the last 7, yeah.
So that's pretty good message in itself. And I know they're well coached. He does a nice job up there, and they have a lot of kids out. I think they'll have 50 or 60, 70 kids. I mean, they're a lot of kids. And they have some luxuries by doing that because they can do some platooning and keep people fresher than some of the smaller schools.
All right, before we go, what's the message you want to send to the West Branch fans other than making sure they get up there on Friday night, Friday morning?
I just hope that they come up and they support this team. It's a great football team. I really like its chemistry. They get along extremely well. And I want to thank the coaches for stepping in for me. I still have some things to say, but they've done a super job, and they know what I want, and they're going after it, and the same with the kids. And I'm very proud of this football team, and I hope that we have a huge crowd up at the Dome.
Well, that's been Coach Pedersen. Looking forward to it on Friday, Coach. And I think the people of West Branch will be very proud of what this team has done and what they will do that day.
There's no question about it.
Well, best wishes to you. Best wishes to this team as we see you on Friday morning at 10 a.m. It's an early one, but nothing that the Bears haven't seen before in years past. And you've been listening to the head coach interview with Coach Pedersen, sponsored by Marcy Willier of Urban Acres Real Estate on WestBranch.Football.